there are no values given, we have to just say that the car A graph is much more steeper than car B. Okay, but now we have values, so we will have to calculate that as 1 comma 5, and I'll take this coordinate which is 7 comma 35. Okay, which is 7 comma 35. 35 minus 5 upon 7 minus 1, so that is 30 upon 6, that is 5 meter per second. So what I will say is velocity of car A is 5 meter per second. Now let us find for car B. Okay, so I'm going to take any 2 points which I can find on car B's graph. So let's take this one, which is 2 comma 15, and I'll take this one, which is 6 comma 25. So what we have over here is 25 minus 15 upon 6 minus 2, that is 10 upon 4, which is 2.5 meter per second. So what we have is velocity of car B is 2.5 meter per second. So therefore we say that car A has a higher velocity. Whenever there are values given on the graph, you will be expected to find the values and then come to a conclusion. When there are no values provided and you have two graphs, so that is a clear observation that this has a higher velocity because it is steeper. How far ahead was car B when car A started? Now car A started over here and car A was at 0 meters. At that very instant, car B was 10 meters ahead. So it's like this is the line and your car A was over here and this is 0 meters. At that same time, car B was at 10 meters. So this is a picture taken when time was 0 seconds. Okay, so the answer is uh, car B was 10 meters ahead. Then where did car A overtake car B? Now overtaking means car A has to be together with car B, parallel with it. Are you following that? Okay, then only it will overtake. So at this moment, they are at the same position. And I told you on a graph, whenever two lines intersect each other, that is the time when they are at the same position, and that is this point. Okay, so this is when time is equal to 4 seconds and the distance was 20 meters. Okay, so if a picture is taken at that time, both the cars will be seen together. So when, so the answer is 4 seconds. So it was, you can say that 4 seconds from start.
So I have a question.
Yeah,
So at 4 seconds, like the cars are intersecting. So how
yes.
can we say that it overtakes the other car? So shouldn't we write to be on the safer side like 5 seconds?
No, no. 5 seconds it has already taken over. Okay. It is the fourth second where it is overtaking. So at 5 seconds it is already ahead. It is at 25 meters and car B is around 21 or 22 meters.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And the answer is 20 meters. Okay. So again, reminding you when, so the answer should be in terms of time. Okay. Now when the journey ended, how much ahead was car A than car B? So the journey ended, we assume it is shown on the graph. The line is not extending after that. So car B was at 30 meters and car A was at 40 meters. So therefore the answer must be 40 meters minus 30 meters, that is 10 meters ahead. Whenever there is a displacement time graph, a horizontal line indicates rest. And so therefore it is B and D. So the answer is B and D. Okay. Okay, now the next question is determine the velocity of the man from 0 to 4 seconds. Again, if you want velocity from a displacement time graph, then you need to find the slope. Okay, so this is 0 seconds to 4 seconds, and this is the line. So let's take any two coordinate that you find it easier to get. For me, I'll take this one, which is 0 comma negative 6, and I'll take this one, which is 4 comma 8. So the velocity will be 8 minus minus 6 upon 4 minus 0. So this will be 14 upon 4. So that will be 3.5 meter per second. So the answer to this velocity is 3.5 meter per second. Determine the total distance traveled. So mind you, that is distance traveled and not displacement. So here I need you to count with me. Suppose here it is not written, but this is A. So how much is the distance traveled in A? Can anyone tell me?
8 meters.
No, it is at minus 6 and it goes to 6. So that is 14 meters. In B, the distance traveled is 0. In C, how much is the distance traveled? Anyone?
So 12.
Yeah, this is 12 meters. And D again, it is 0. So therefore, the total distance traveled is 14 plus 12, that is 28 meters. But I want to ask you, can you tell me the displacement? Can anyone tell me what will be the displacement?
2 meters.
Yeah, so at 0 seconds, it was at minus 6, and here it is at minus 4. So therefore, it is minus 4 minus of minus 6, minus 4 plus 6, that is 2 meters. Okay, now they want average velocity from 0 to 10 seconds. Okay, so average velocity is, now what is the displacement from 0 to 10 seconds? So at 0, it is at minus 6, and at 10 seconds, the body is at minus 4. Okay, so therefore it is minus 4 minus of minus 6, and this is 10 seconds. So that will be 2 by 10, that is 0.2 meter per second. So the velocity at the highest point will be 0, and the acceleration will be 10 meter per second square. Okay, to be specific, it is minus 10 meter per second square because it is going upward. A stone is thrown vertically upward with a velocity of 40 meter per second. Its motion under the influence of gravity represent using a velocity time graph. So the graph is already drawn over here, students. So when it is 0 seconds, the velocity is 40. After 1 second, it will be 30, and then 20, 10. So it will take 4 seconds to make it 0. And then what happens? It will start coming down. So then it will again be 10, 20, 30, and 40. So in this particular graph, they have taken going up as plus 40, and therefore when it comes down, it will be minus 40 meter per second, that is over here. And that will take again 4 seconds. 4 seconds to go up, 4 seconds to come down. Okay, so there are no calculation needed. since it is 10 meter per second square, that means every second the velocity is reducing by 10. Okay, now when does the stone reaches its highest point? The time is equal to 4 seconds. Okay, since we are referring the graph and taking it, you can also do the calculation. So we have V is equal to U minus GT. So U is 0, this is 40 and minus, so therefore T will be 40 upon 10 and that is 4 seconds. So that is the answer to this. Using the graph, calculate the maximum height. So this is velocity, and if you calculate the area, that will give you the displacement, and therefore what I do over here is displacement is half into base into height, that is half into 4 into 40, that will be 80 meters. Okay, now they are asking us using the graph. If we don't use the graph and we use this, S is equal to UT minus half GT squared. So this is 40 into 4 minus half into 10 into 4 into 4. So this will be 160 minus 4 fours are 16 into 10 is 160 and half will be 80. That is 80 meters. That's same thing. Okay. And using graph, calculate the total distance traveled. So this also is 80 meters, and so the logic is like 80 meters going up, 80 meters coming down. So the total distance is 80 plus 80, that is 160 meters. If I say the total displacement, then the answer will be 0. Take U as 50 meter per second. G is 10 meter per second square. Plot a velocity time graph of the journey till it returns to the ground. So we are going to do the same similar graph that we had drawn. So this is 0, this is 50, so this is minus 50, and I'll take this as 5, and approximately double of that will be 10. So this is somewhere here around. So I hope I should be able to draw this graph a straight line like this. Yeah. So this is velocity and this is time. So S is equal to half into base into height. Half into base into height. So this will be half into 5 into 50. So this will be 25. So 125 meters. Okay, and the total distance traveled will be 125 going up, 125 coming down. So that is 250 meters. Travels along a straight part of the circuit with a uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds? So T is equal to 10 seconds. So S is equal to UT plus half AT square. So this was 0 into 10 plus half into 4 into 10 squared. So that will be 200 meters. Starting from rest, so U is equal to 0. V is 72 kilometer per hour. So that is 72 into 5 by 18. So this will be 20 meter per second. And this is 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So that is 200 seconds. A is equal to V minus U upon T. So that is 20 minus 0 upon 200. So that is 20 upon 200. So that will be 1 by 10, 0.1 meter per second squared. So S is equal to UT plus half AT squared. So U is equal to 0. This is 200. Half into 1 by 10. This is 200 into 200. So this will be equal to 0 plus 2000. So this is 2000 meters is the distance traveled.